What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is take number 82. I keep on messing up. Streamlight TLR RM2 rifle light from Streamlight. Very similar to the RM1. The RM1 is like half the size, half the lumens, half the candela. Besides that, they're very similar. The most unique feature on this light that I want to call out right away is going to be the pressure pad on the top. It's somewhat similar to the Inforce rifle lights, where if you want to, you can rock this on the top of the rifle and access that pressure pad with your left hand or your right hand, ambidextrous, very easy to get to. One thing that is different is that it can still take a tape switch. So if you want to set this up like a traditional rifle and use the included tape switch, you can do so, or you can put it on top with the pressure pad, however you want to set it up. Whatever you want to do, you can do so. Another thing that's different from the Inforce lights is the body is aluminum. The new Inforce lights have a polymer body with a metal clamp and a metal head, but this one is all aluminum, the entire thing. And then it mounts directly to a Picatinny rail. So if you have a rail on top or on the side, or you add one, whatever, it will mount right to the Picatinny rail. All right, 1,000 lumens, 22,000 candela, hour-and-a-half runtime, 3-hour runtime if you're using the strobe feature. So for two CR123s, that's pretty good. There are bigger lights that use 18650s that will have more candela. A lot of those will be more expensive, but for what it is, for the price with the laser especially, which we're going to talk about in a second, those are pretty decent specs. Battery is two CR123s, if I didn't just say that. As far as the controls, quick press, the light stays on, pretty straightforward. If you hold it, it's momentary. It stays on for as long as you are holding the pad down. Double tap will be strobe, and the controls are going to be the same if you use the tape switch as well. It does have the Streamlight 10-tap programmable button. The way that works is you push the button. Oh, I can't count and say it at the same time, but we're going to push the button 9 times, and we're going to hold it on the 10th. And what that's going to do is either enable or disable strobe. So if you're like me and you want that off, you can do so. If you like strobe, if you're a misguided soul, you can turn it off. So ready? There we go. So press it 9 times. Took me 3 tries. Press it 9 times, hold it on the 10th, and now strobe is turned off. The opposite to turn strobe back on. Oh my God, I am struggling today, let me tell you. All right, let's go step outside and do the beam comparison. I'll try to compare this. I'll grab a bunch of rifle lights I have laying around, compare it to some similar lights, and you can check out the beam. Before we do that though, Notch, as the biggest supporter of the Tiberious Gib channel, they have all the cool guy outdoor hunting, fishing, camping accessories. They have a full line of Streamlight products as well, including the RM1 and the RM2. If you need anything from Notches, including Streamlight products, there's a link down below. They're always having good deals. Second, shirt is from TriStar Trading. They also have a ton of really good designs. The link for them is also down below. Now, let's go do that beam comparison. All right, let's start off with the RM2, the star of the show. I hope you can see the laser right there. Let me zoom in on it. Yeah, I can see that really, really well. But it's got a good hot spot, good wall of light, not too bad. Next, let's compare it to the Inforce WMLX, especially because we talked about it in this video. Definitely doesn't have as much candela, so it's not going to have as good of a hot spot. The peripheral isn't too bad, but the hot spot's definitely not as good. Next up is the Streamlight Wedge. I wanted to show you what 1,000 lumens looks like with different candela. There is no hot spot here. Good amount of spill, but very, very little hot spot. Also brought out a cloud defensive rain so you could see what a high candela light looks like. Again, the right tool for the right job, but wanted to make sure you have a good comparison of different lumens and different candela. But not least, the Streamlight TLR RM2. Again, we talked about it in the video, so I wanted to bring it out. Different lumens and candela. Very little, well, less hot spot, a lot more spill, which is common with pistol lights. All right, so this light is actually available with or without the visible laser. Again, this one has the visible laser. It's available in red or green. I have the green one. I don't know why, that's what I went with. Controls on the side. If you have the lever all the way up, it's going to be laser only. In the middle is white light only, and then on the bottom it's light and laser combined. Now, if you don't know, anytime you have a visible laser or an IR laser on your gun, you need to sight that laser in very similar to what you would do on an optic. It doesn't come pre-configured. So anybody out there who has, I'm amazed how many people don't know they need to sight in their lasers on both their pistols and their rifles. So please, sight it in to make sure it's accurate. And in my opinion, please They can lose zero. Some brands more than others, somewhat frequently. So please, every once in a while, check that zero to make sure that zero is still on, and you don't want to be missing because your zero's off on your laser. All right, the tape switch. A couple things I want to mention about the tape switch. Again, there's a plug on the bottom you pull out, and the tape switch plugs right in. Now you can run the wire on the left or the right side of the light, however you want to set it up. The controls are going to be the same. You give the tape switch a quick press, it stays on. If you hold it, it's going to be momentary. The double tap will be strobe, again assuming you have the strobe enabled. They come with these two little feet mounting brackets, whatever you want to call it. I believe all Streamlight tape switches come with it, where the tape switch can sit in this bracket, and then the bracket goes into a Picatinny rail. It does also come with some zip ties and some double-sided tape, so you can make sure it's held in place really well. The head on the light, like a lot of Streamlights, also have a lockout feature, so if you give it like a half turn, you'll feel it kind of click in place, and that's going to be a lockout feature, so the light can't turn on. So if it's in a bag or somewhere where you want to have it locked out, you can do so. You keep on spinning that head, and that's how you replace the batteries. Again, standard CR123 batteries. One unique little tip about this head is you can take this head off of this light and put it on a Streamlight pistol light, either the TLR7 or the TLR7A, TLR7X. Those are the two that I verified that it works. It may work with others. But when I did the review of the TLR7X, comparing the head that comes with it to this one significantly increases the performance in the candela of that pistol light. Now, Streamlight right now is not selling this head separately, and they're not selling the TLR7X with the bigger, better head. Hopefully that changes one day. The only way to do it right now is to buy both lights and put this head on there. So not a realistic thing to do, but it does improve the performance of the pistol light dramatically. All right, this guy is 4.9 inches, 4.6 ounces as far as the price. If you get the one without the laser, you're around 160-ish. If you get the one with the laser, 260, 270-ish in that area. As always, I'll put a links down below, so hopefully I can find you a good deal. Now, as far as testing, of course we did the drop test. No problems there. We did a waterproof test. We threw it in a cup of water to make sure it could handle 30 minutes of being submerged. It's rated for up to 1 meter. And then after that, of course, we did some shooting with it as well. It spent its life so far on a Bear Creek Arsenal rifle that I'm reviewing. I'm trying to test a Bear Creek Arsenal rifle to see how many rounds I can get on it before the rifle breaks. So we're going to try to get to like 5,000-10,000 rounds on that rifle, or whenever it breaks, if it breaks before that. So when I got the rifle in, it was same time I got this rifle light in, so I threw it on there, and this light has been on that rifle the entire time. I probably have at this point 800-900 rounds of 5.56 through it, and 300-400 rounds of 22 LR using a conversion kit. So well over 1,000 rounds if you compare the 5.56 and if you combine the 5.56 and the 223. So through all of that, I've had no problems, no issues. Everything's working well. Recharged the batteries once, and if you're looking at the shooting footage of me running the light during the daytime, excuse me, yes, that is intentional. One, it's good to get reps with my light because I made so many mistakes. But also, it's good to get more wear and tear on the light. Press that button a whole bunch. Drain those batteries. Just, it's good use of the light to make sure the light is the more you use it, the better of a test it can be. So I'm not crazy running my light during the daytime. I do it because I'm testing the light, and it's good to get those reps because most of us don't get to shoot low light as often as we should. Okay, biggest pro is going to be the value. Streamlight is a high value company. Out of all the value brands, they are my favorite. So they're not made overseas, but they're a US based company, and that's one of the things that I really like about it. I like the advantage of being able to set it up as a traditional rifle light with a tape switch, and also mount it at 12 o'clock and use the built-in pressure pad if you don't want to use a tape switch. And when you mount it at 12 o'clock, you have the advantage of it being ambi. So that's kind of cool. Respectable lumens and candela. Streamlight lifetime warranty is always good. I think overall it's a good choice. Whether you get the one without the laser or with the laser, it's a good choice with a lot of good features for the money. And you can, like I said earlier, you can get a light with more candela. It's typically going to be much larger, typically going to be much more expensive. So you got to balance the cost and what you're using it for, and figuring out what's right for you. All right, down below I've mentioned a whole bunch of links, so this is what will be down there. There'll be a link to Natchez, who is the biggest supporter of this channel. There'll be links to this light. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. There'll be a links to TriStar, because they have awesome swag, and they make my swag, shirts, stickers, patches, flags, all that stuff. So those are the links. If you want to pick anything up, use them. Help me out. I appreciate it. If not, no big deal. I still love you. If you could like the video, that really, truly helps. All kidding aside, people say it because it does truly, truly help the algorithms on YouTube. If you think I'm awesome, if you like my video, please consider subscribing. Helps me out. Over 90% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed, so please like, subscribe. Helps me out. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Be good.